Today we will discuss about the another applications of Biot-Savart's law. That is, by using Biot-Savart's law, how can we find out the magnetic field for a circular coil but on its axis? So, suppose this is a circular coil. Whose radius is here, suppose A, and O is the center. Now, this is the axis of the circle, and the plane of the coil is perpendicular to the plane of the paper or block. So, suppose P is the point of observation. That means at the point P, we have to find or calculate the magnetic field by using Biot-Savart's law. Now, the distance between your O and P is suppose R. Now, we consider diametrically two elements. Suppose this is AB, whose length is here, suppose DL, and another element, suppose that is A dash B dash. And the magnetic field due to AB is here, suppose DB, and the magnetic field due to the element A dash B dash is suppose DB dash. Clear? Now, this is the center of the element, small element. Join. Suppose this point is P and this point is Q. Sorry, already we have given this point P. So suppose this point is M and this is Q. Now join P, Q and M. So remember, the magnetic field is dB due to the small element AB, and the magnetic field is dB dash due to the small element A dash. And this angle is your suppose theta. Now, according to Biot-Savart's law, dB is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I dl sin theta divided by r square, where r is the distance between your point of observation and the center of the small element. So instead of r, we can write down this distance. Suppose this is denoted by the distance x. So instead of r, we can write down here x square. Clear? Now, dB will act along this direction and dB dash will act along this direction. This angle is your theta. Now resolve into your two components. One is your horizontal component. This is dB and this is dB dash. So this component will be your dB sin theta, and vertical component it will be your dB cos theta. Similarly, for dB dash, vertical component will be dB dash cos theta, and the horizontal component will be dB dash sin theta. Now, from this diagram, it is clear that dB cos theta and dB dash cos theta both are equal and opposite. So, they will cancel each other. Only the component dB sin theta or dB dash sin theta will contribute to find out the magnetic field due to the circular coil on its axis. So, we can write down dB is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I dl sin theta divided by x square, or you can write down v is equal to integration of dv. So that is equal to integration of mu naught by 4 pi I dl sin theta divided by x square. Mu naught by 4 pi, that is constant, I is also constant, x square is also constant. So we can write down v is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I sin theta divided by x square integration of dl. Now integration of dl is equal to length of the conductor. Length means this is our circular coil, so we have to consider the circumference. Circumference which is equal to here 2 pi a, because the radius is here a. So we can write down v is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I sin theta divided by x square into 2 pi a. Clear? Now you can also find out the value of your sin theta from the diagram. What is the value of sin theta? Sin theta is equal to a divided by x, or instead of x you can write down according to your Pythagoras theorem, x is equal to r square plus a square under root, where x is equal to a square plus r square under root. If you want to express your answer in terms of your x or in terms of your a and r, whatever you want. Now put the value of your sin theta. So mu naught by 4 pi I 2 pi a divided by x square into sin theta. Sin theta is equal to a by x, or we can write down v is equal to mu naught by 4 pi a into a square 2 pi I a square divided by x square into x, that is equal to x cube. Or if you want to change the value of your x in terms of your r and a, then we can write down v is equal to mu naught divided by 4 pi into 2 pi I a square divided by x cube. X means r square plus a square under root or power 1 by 2. So x cube is equal to r square plus a square power 3 by 2. Both the expressions are same, only the difference is here the answer is in the form of your x and here in terms of your r. Now from these two formula you can find out if the distance r means the distance or the point of observation lies at the center. That means if the value of r is equal to 0, then at that time your magnetic field is equal to how much? The value of r is equal to 0, r0. Then you can find out r is equal to 0 at the time, then V is equal to mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi I a square divided by a square power 3 by 2 means only r a cube. This is a cube, so a square a cube cancel, or you can write down V is equal to mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi I divided by a. Similarly, another situation, if the point of observation lies far away from the center, that means in other words we can say if r is very greater than a, which is a radius. Second situation, if r is very greater than a, at that time the point of observation will far away from the center of the cone. Similarly, you can find out B is equal to r is very greater than a. That means at that time we can neglect the value of your a, which is your radius. So at that time B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi I divided by a will be neglected, so r square power 3 means r cube. So these are the special cases, but the important thing is by using Biot-Savart's law, the magnetic field due to a circular coil on its axis, because the point P lies on the axis of the circular coil. At that time, the V is equal to mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi I a square divided by r square plus a square whole